Let's take a look at fiscal reform in public administration. By the 1960s, pressures were mounting for changes in grant and aid systems, particularly in grants management. Although various concepts and options have been explored from time to time, few actions have been taken. The changes that followed have emphasized efforts to reduce the programmatic influence of the national government, both through fiscal and administrative reform. Increasingly, state and local elected officials sought financial assistance that would permit them greater discretion in spending decisions. GRS de-emphasized concern for national policies and standards, defined state and local majorities as the key decision makers about program spending, and included greater discretion for state and local elected officials. A portion of tax revenues would be returned to states and to general purpose local governments according to a prescribed formula defined by Congress and automatically followed each year. If GRS represented a departure from the problems with categorical aid, block grants were more of a modest attempt to decategorize federal grants and devolve authority to states and localities. Block grants are given out for the use in a specific policy area, such as community development, public assistance, or healthcare, but they leave much more flexibility for the use of funds to recipient governments. In general, block grants have the following features. Recipient jurisdictions have a fairly wide discretion within the designated program area. Administration, reporting, planning, and other program features are designed to minimize grantor supervision and control. Most allocation provisions are based on a formula which is also intended to limit grantor discretion as well as to decrease fiscal uncertainty for the grantees. Eligibility provisions are fairly precise, tending to favor general local governments as opposed to special districts, and generalist officials over program specialists, and matching fund requirements that are usually relatively low. The original block grant concept retained the notion that national goals were to be pursued in a program area through expenditure of allocated funds. Also, there's some evidence that a block grant strategy was used to cut spending and not only to alter the degree of program control exercised by government administrators through categorical grants. One early effort was the movement for citizen participation in administrative decision making, especially where decisions on expenditures of grant funds were concerned. By incorporating such requirements into many grant authorizations, Congress was responding to substantial pressures from previously underrepresented constituents, notably poorer urban minority groups. The assumption was that government officials had been insensitive to the needs of aid recipients in the past, and that as aid categorized multiplied, it would be necessary to expand representation. Another approach to bringing the grant systems and functional specialists under better control centered on achieving better coordination among proliferating aid programs. Efforts were made to better promote communication among aid applicants, especially at the local level.